This is Steve from Under a Bobber Fishing, and today I'm back at this pond that I found last week, and I'm going to try something that I haven't done in a while, suggested by a viewer. So you can see what I've done here. I've put a gulp minnow on a jig head, so we're going to see what happens. I haven't caught any huge fish yet out of this pond, but I have caught fish on those minnows. So I know they'll bite. We'll see if they'll go for something that, has this little bigger presentation or not. So let's go get to it. Well, it's getting bites. You can see fish bit it in half. I don't know. I think the hook might be a little bit too big for the fish that are in this pond right now, so I'm going to switch out and try something else. Okay, got a fish. Let's hope I can get him all the way to the shore. Wow. Finally. It's a nice bluegill too. Let's get him on camera here before he jumps out of my hand like normal. There he is. Good fighter. Okay. Thank you, buddy. I think I got one. If I do, it's small, but yeah, he's on there. What did I get? All right. Little bluegill. There he is. Thank you, buddy. So, what I started with was I tried a gulp minnow on a jig head. And I think that maybe the fish are just too small in this pond for that. I got a lot of bites actually, but nothing was committing. And I couldn't get them. So I went to a different hook. Trying to get this hook back on here the way I want to. And it wasn't going too well the way I had it set up. I had it set through the hook like you would do it on a jig head. Oh boy, this isn't working out too well. But I wasn't getting them. So I changed it just now so that it was really just hooked in one spot. Well, good grief. This is a really interesting video. And I just caught both of those fish like that. So it's almost like you would wacky rig a worm. It's kind of like that, somewhat in the middle. It's not quite sitting the way I want it, but I'm going to cast it out there anyway. Okay, I got one. Oh, seems pretty big too. Let's hope he stays on. What are you, buddy? It's a crappie! I knew they were in here. Awesome! Wow! Persistence today has paid off. So this pond is an Alumn Creek runoff pond. And there are these crappie. I believe this is a white crappie. These crappie are in the Alumn Creek. So if they can establish themselves in this pond, once they've come in, then they can thrive. And we got one. We haven't had any big storms or anything recently, so this one has not just been recently swept into this pond. That means there's a crappie population in here, which is awesome, and that means I'm going to be back a lot. So very cool. This is actually a crappie hook I've got this rigged on. That's what they say it is anyway. But there he is. Awesome. Thank you, buddy. This is Under a Bobber Fishing, and I didn't catch a lot of fish today. I think just 3. I'm not sure. But one of them was a crappie, so that made it worth it. This is the pond where a few days ago I stopped counting at 50 catches, including there are a couple of small largemouth bass in there. But they were just biting like crazy. Today, not so much, but I had wondered if there were crappie in here, because again, this is a runoff pond from Alumn Creek, which does have crappie, and I caught that crappie today. So I'm late for dinner, but I caught a crappie, so you know, I think worth it. This is Under a Bobber Fishing. Until next time, bye.